Good evening and welcome to this June 16th, 2014 meeting of the Paducah Planning and Zoning Commission. I would ask you all to stand with us and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Irvin, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, ma'am. Benberry. Here. Morrison. Schramke. Shadle.
Here.
Wade.
Here.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Here. Mr. Shadle, would you read the minutes motion, please?
Yes, I will. I move that the reading of the minutes for June 2nd, 2014 be waived and the minutes of said meeting as prepared by the Secretary be approved as written.
Second.
Second by Ben Berry. Thank you. Are there any additions, changes? Call the roll, please.
Yes, ma'am. Shadle.
Aye.
Wade.
Aye.
Benberry.
Aye.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Wade, you have the John Linka.
Yes, I do. I move that this commission remove item 140505-2, plat revocation of John Helinka, from the table and from the agenda at the request of the applicant.
Second.
Second by Shadle. Do you want to give us a little input?
Just 1 second.
Sorry.
Yes, it was just a verbal discussion from Mr. Linka requesting that this be pulled from the agenda. At some point in the future, he may be bringing that back pending a new submittal from a possible development. So,
Any questions? Call the roll, please.
yes, ma'am. Wade.
Aye.
Benberry.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Benberry, would you read the Pace Development Suite 107? It's actually
Okay.
Suite 7.
I move that the resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on Proposed Amendment to Development Plan of Property Located at 5194 Hinkleville Road, Suite 7" be adopted.
Second.
Second by Shadle.
Make sure you put 107 on there.
7.
Still Suite 7, it's
Suite.
Suite 107.
Suite 107.
Same on 108.
Same way with
Thank you, Mr. Key. Yes, this center actually faces U.S. Highway 60. This is in a mixed-use zone, so it does require Planning Commission approval. But just to put this into perspective, in most developments along US 60 and most parts, business zones within the city of Paducah, typically you're allowed 20% of the facade for signage, which is obviously much larger than this. So the request is for 43.33 feet.
Anyone have any questions? Call the roll, please.
Yes, ma'am. Benberry.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Wade.
Aye.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Shadle, you have the next item.
Yes. I move that a resolution titled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Amendment to a Development Plan for Property Located at 5194 Hinkleville Road, Suite 108 be adopted."
Second.
Second by Benberry.
Very much the same, except on this one, they're wanting a sign on each of the facades. Similarly, as I just mentioned, Paducah zoning regulations typically in business zones in the city allow 20% per facade. So you are allowed to have multiple signs on each different facade, as long as it does not exceed 20%. Here they're requesting approval because it is in the mixed-use zone.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Yes, ma'am. Shadle.
Aye.
Wade,
Aye.
Ben Berry.
Aye.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Wade, you have the Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church application?
Excuse me, I do. I move this commission recommend approval to the Board of Adjustments regarding the application of Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church for a conditional use permit to construct a 1,088 square foot addition in R3 zone located at 1201 South 8th Street.
Second.
Second by Ben Berry. Basically, I think the information in the staff report noted that because they were not adding any new seating to the church, that basically it's an ancillary addition that won't require any additional parking. That was the primary concern. Do you have any other comments from staff?
No, are you here representing them? No. Okay, sorry, sir. I have no additional comments at this time. It is a conditional use permit. This is a recommendation on to the Planning Commission. This is, to the Board of Adjustment. The Board of Adjustment will hold a public hearing where they'll notify all adjacent property owners.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Yes, ma'am. Wade,
Aye.
Ben Berry.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Chairperson Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Ben Berry, please.
Move that the commission receive and file the application of Dan Magos for approval of the certificate of site approval for an outdoor retail sales of storage sheds located at 1301 Martin Luther King Drive in the neighborhood commercial corridor zone.
Second.
Second by Wade. Do you have any comments? Anyone have any? Are you here representing the applicant? Do you have anything you want to explain or talk about? Oh, well, we always like to hear from the applicant if we can. If you want to, come up to the microphone so that people at home can hear you as well.
I'm the owner of Home Improvement Warehouse, 1301 Martin Luther King Jr. I want to start selling sheds. They're made by Cook. They're out of Southern Illinois and other states. They seem to know what they're doing. They came and talked to me. They said, this is where you want to put the buildings. They wouldn't accept it anywhere else. This is where I had to have them. And if I'm not allowed to do that, I'm not allowed to sell the buildings. It's a win-win situation. I make money, the city makes money. It's a win-win.
And how many buildings do you propose to put out there? I think it's
He
at
wasn't
10.
sure. It wouldn't be more than 10. That's where it starts, and it can grow from there.
Of course, one good thing about the traffic pattern, as you go down Martin Luther King, you're going toward the river, and you wouldn't have to worry about traffic coming back.
You're already past the
Exactly.
intersection.
Yeah, you've already passed, so, I mean, you don't have any traffic visual problems there.
But they are leaving a 10-foot side triangle, of course, on the
Right,
river, which is
but-
important too.
Maybe for
People turning,
walking.
I don't know,
Yeah.
people turning from that corner to going the other direction.
There's a sidewalk there. We're not going to block the sidewalk.
I guess you're putting them, they wanted them on that side, on the bottom, on Martin Luther King, so, surprised they didn't want to put them over on the other side too. What's the purpose of having them on Martin Luther?
Okay, if it's on the Park Avenue side, they've been in business for a long time.
Yeah.
And my thought was both sides.
That's what I was thinking.
And they said no. because they won't walk from there to come back in. You have to approach the customer,
Well, your door's right there.
and the door's there. So the only way they'll do that is on the Martin Luther King side. He said the customers, and they know what they're doing, they said they would not come. They want to be met outside. I can't argue with that because these guys have been doing this for a long time.
A lot of tarmac between there and the door, off the other corner.
And there wouldn't be that much room on that other side anyway, because I've got a loading dock, that corner there, I'm renting out to
The-
Tiny and Ice, or, so-
Island Snow or whatever.
and I have a sign over there, so there really wouldn't be much room. And thank you for pointing out about the visual going down Martin Luther King. It wouldn't block that. Thank you for mentioning that.
Any questions, comments? Call the roll, please.
Yes, ma'am. Benberry?
Aye.
Shadle?
Aye.
Wade?
Aye.
Chairperson Crucilius?
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good day, sir.
You too.
If there's no other business to come before the commission, we stand adjourned.